can you tell us what's going on? Well, I'm in a great place to talk about it now, and I feel like everything has kind of settled enough. It's been a long time. You want to know. So let's talk about it. Now, I think it's a good time to talk about it. One, because of course, I live here now in Puerto Rico, which is part of the story why I'm divorced. But also, I think it's a good time to talk about it because a lot of you all want to know, Tay, where the fuck all this fat come from, buddy? You've gotten bigger. What's going on in your world? And I actually like that I can show you the transitions and show you, first of all, that I am human just like you. Because I know a lot of you thought I was a robot, right? But where does this come from? And for my people who come from the vegan trainer days, you probably remember me talking about how your emotions are tied to cravings. What does that mean? Remember I told you all that when you craved love and you didn't really have it, maybe you wanted love, you craved love, you craved appreciation, or you didn't get enough of it based on what you thought you deserved, you started craving sugar. This is why when people go through breakups and things like that, they eat ice cream and candy. This is why when they are in love, they go, for example, Valentine's Day, you get chocolates, right? You get chocolates. So this is something that's really like programmed in our bodies, and it happened to me. Now, for years, I was going through some things with my ex. Of course, we didn't talk about everything up front because, hey, you got to keep some stuff private, right? But that stuff started to build up and we ended up here. So I want to talk about that because I know I can help a lot of you all in your current situations and the situations that you may go through in the future, especially as you level up. And one of those big things is for me, as I began to level up, things begin to change. For example, when you start doing better financially, you start, actually rewarding yourself. Well, what happens is a lot of times the mate of the person who's leveling up tends not to keep up with that evolution. And it's very important. And I've read and heard about it in multiple places. I'll actually put a link below of it's like an affirmation. I guess you can call it a audio affirmation. And it talks about how to affirm or to speak love and happiness and basically wealth into your life. And one of the things that it talks about is, hey, one of the things we see as men level up in life, and women too, women and men level up in life, that their taste begins to change. They shop on, Saks Fifth Avenue versus, whatever. And a lot of times the women or the mate, we'll just say the mate, tends to shop, at the bargain stores. And anytime the husband starts to spend more than the mate wants or is comfortable with, it starts to create a friction, right? And that's one of the biggest things that we've seen. And that friction continues to go. Because as you're doing well, you want to reward yourself, and you're not going to reward yourself, right? You're going to reward yourself. You're going to buy the things that you want. And when I first hit $1 million a year, I knew then, okay, I want to go buy myself a nice treat, a nice gift. And actually, it's funny because this was the thing that I bought. I had $1 million in the bank, and I went, hey, I think it's time for me to go get me a Rolex watch that I've always wanted. I wouldn't spend $50,000 on a Rolex watch because I knew it would appreciate, right? Well, unfortunately, $50K on a watch was too much for my relationship. That was a huge strain. Because of course, most people aren't used to being able to spend money like that. And even if you got it, some women especially still won't want to, like, I don't care how much money you got, we not spending $50K on a watch, right? So it did create some friction. That's not why we got, the divorce didn't happen because of that, let me say that. Now, that was one thing that started leading to other things where a lot of you all had asked questions about, which is why I wanted to address it. And that is when we started to get to these different issues each person had. If you have an issue with money, it's usually a self reason. Maybe you saw your parents, spent certain kind of ways, they went broke, whatever, and then you don't want to go down that path, so you start putting that on your own life, right? Well, a lot of you all have been asking me about that. Tay, as I level up, I'm having issues with my current situation. How do you go through that? And one of the best ways that I would suggest is you bring them with you, right? You take them out, you show, and you show your results. Look, this is what we're doing. This is what we have. This is what our budget looks like. So not only are we living below our means, we're expanding our means as the budget grows or as the money grows, right? Now, for my people who are asking, well, what if that doesn't work? That's when you have to actually start going through therapy and seeing what the person, your mate, has going on up here. Because now it's not a you problem. You've shown the results, you've shown the money, you've set a responsible budget, you've done the things you needed to do, and this person is still having issues. It's a them problem now. So now you got to go through therapy and let them solve their problems if it's possible and go from there. Now I know a lot of you are asking, Tay, tell me a $50,000 watch did not break up your marriage. No, that's not what happened, right? We're just slowly starting to unravel this thing. So this is before I moved down to Puerto Rico, right? We're making, as a unit, I say we. So as a unit, we're making, $1 million plus a year. Money's coming in, money's going great. Well, as we get to the $5 million a year mark, I'm starting to realize, holy crap, we're going to have to write a $2.5 million check in taxes to the IRS, right? Now, I know some of you now know where I'm going with this. Well, it became apparent that in the household, we were starting to fight. We were butting heads, not fight. I think butting heads, or more so just not, there was a lot of friction in what each one of us wanted to do. So I say, hey, I got a very good opportunity. I'm expecting to make even more money from the stock market. And there's an opportunity where we can hold on to 100% of our stock market profits by moving to Puerto Rico. And this is where a lot of the issues started to unravel. The issues that have been there, but I ignored, right? So she goes, hey, I don't really believe what you've done is real. Right? I know it's getting some of y'all right now. When she said that, it hurt. I won't lie. And that's when the spiral out of control, when I started eating, that's where that came from. Because now the person who I'm laying with, my wife at the time, the person who I'm laying with, my wife, the person who's supposed to be my partner and believe in me the most, just told me she doesn't believe in me. She think I got lucky, is what she said. She said, I think you got lucky. And I don't think this is going to last. That hurt, right? So then I go, hey, let me, show you how this thing works. And let me show you where we're going and the projections that I have. Well, we sat down, we talked about it, and I showed her, hey, we can save at least $2 million a year. And based on the projections, my accountant has told me over the next 5 years, if we make this move, we're going to save over $20 million by making this move. Literally, we get to keep $20 million in our pocket, right? We get to hold on to that. She looks at me, she goes, I don't care about that money. I have dreams here. It kind of threw me off for a minute. And I wanted to go over why that was the case, right? Like, what's up with this, right? Well, long story short, she's basically saying, look, it's me versus you. I try to buy a house. She goes, hey, I'm going to owe you rent. I try to get her things. She's like, hey, if I can't afford it myself, I don't want you to buy it. This is my wife we're talking about, right? So it's a lot of you think like, oh man, a lot of men get rich and they leave their women who they should have gave a good life to. Well, actually, my ex-wife rejected the good life. She rejected all of this, right? She literally rejected all of this. So for me, I'm thinking, okay, well, you don't want all of this. You don't want to save $20 million a year. And you want to stay in DC and work for $100K a year working on your dream. So I didn't give up yet. I said, okay, well, what's your dream? What is the bottom of the line? What's your dream? She tells me her dream. And I won't get too deep into all of it because, of course, I want to keep her stuff private as much as possible. So then we go, okay, here's the thing. How about you come down to Puerto Rico with me, right? We go as a team. I double your salary. Yes, I double your. Actually, she was making $100K a year. I said, I'll give you $250,000 a year. And we build your own dream with our name on it, right? The sweats. She once again comes back and goes, I think you got lucky. I don't want my money to come from you because I don't think this is sustainable. You're not going to be able to keep this up. I think you got lucky. You lucked up. You made a good run. Great job, Tate. Just take your win and just sit down right here. Pay the taxes. Her and her dad said that. Pay the taxes. Don't worry about losing $20 million. Pay those damn taxes. Stay in DC. Well, me, honestly, personally, I could not do that. I could not do that. You want to know what resentment looks like? Give away $20 million that you didn't have to give away. And not only that, give away $20 million that you didn't have to give away so that basically you stayed for $100K a year. That's resentment out of this world. I personally knew I would resent her for that. I would resent her for not believing in me. I would resent her for not, I don't want to say allowing, because that's such an ugly word, right? I don't want to resent her for not being okay with me actually buying and enjoying the money like this watch. By the way, this $50,000 watch is now worth $75,000, right? So this was an appreciating asset, and I knew that, and I told her that, right? But these were the issues that we were having. So once we started to butt heads a lot, we decided to split ways, right? And when we split ways, things shot even higher, right? Why? Because I was able to move in ways that essentially she was trying to pull away, or she was trying to pull down. And we ultimately found out that through, keep in mind, this is years of counseling, and even after the separation, counseling, because I did want to make it work. It just wouldn't. Why? Because we were going two separate ways. We want two different things in life, right? I even had her come down here to experience it. Still, two separate ways, two separate lives, right? So it wouldn't work. It didn't work. So for a lot of you all who are wondering, Tay, how am I going to make it through with my relationship? How's this thing going to work? How do you get through the hurt? I want to break some of this stuff down. I want to help you to maybe avoid or at least have a roadmap how to get through it the way I had to get through it, right? So some of you are going to go through this because you're following what I'm doing. You're following STB, you're making money, you're getting to the bag. A lot of you, you're coming to, a new area, a nice area, and your partner doesn't actually want you to do that. Now, in some cases, you're going to get people who are actually your day ones. It's a saying I have. Your day ones sometimes want to keep you at day one, right? So you're going to get some of your people who they don't want to lose you. So they try to pull you back. Hey, you're growing too hard. You're growing too fast. You're growing too high. So let me keep you from growing anymore so that you don't leave me. Now, this is not a you thing. This is not a you thing. This is a them thing. And this is also part of, as we got through the whole, counseling thing, we realized that there was also an issue with her. Because a lot of people feel like, man, if this person grows anymore, more people are going to want them, and shit, I'm going to lose. I'm going to lose this person. And that was happening. That's a them thing because that's a scarcity mindset. That's a mindset that, limiting beliefs really kill a lot of relationships. And that's an unfortunate thing. So women, I know a lot of women right now are going through that. They got men who think, hey, if you start making too much money, especially more than me, you're going to go get something else, right? And it's going to make me lose you. And I don't want to lose you. So let me press your ass down, stop you from making so much money. Let me stop you from looking so good. Don't go buy that watch. Don't go get a new car. Don't go, That stuff is going to make other people look at you and find you more attractive than what I can compete with, right? This is a part of what we're going through. Okay, and this has a lot to do with the whole SMV, the sexual market value or marketplace value, which basically means when someone's leveling up, if the other person isn't leveling up or evolving with them, they start to feel kilter, and then they'll try to bring this person down so they're not so high in that sexual marketplace, right? So this is what a lot of you all are going through. Now, I'll be honest. It's not always just them, just them, just them. A lot of you all, especially those of you who are leveling up, you're going to have some of the things happen like what happened to me. I'm not going to lie. The more I realize that, hey, I'm giving you viable options. I'm giving you great options. I'm bringing killer results. I'm not just making a dream up and saying, hey, I think this can happen. I want to try to do this. No, I'm banging out M's, millions a year, right? So as I started seeing that my track record was on point, and even though I've proven a track record to you, you still don't want to believe in it. You still don't want to come with me and follow what we could have to build a power family, a powerhouse, and work on the family business. I then started to take on this framework of, or this more masculine framework to say, you know what? I wouldn't even call it masculine. I'll say it was more arrogant. I got arrogant. I won't lie. And after all of the things were done, I won't lie, I came out and said, listen, you're going to come down to Puerto Rico, you're going to quit your job, and you're going to make this happen, or I'm out, right? Ain't no staying. We are going this way, right? I'm not going to lie, I pulled a man card, right? And a lot of women going to hate me for that. So fucking what? I don't give a fuck who in the household is doing what. But if you got a partnership and one partner shoots to the sky, fuck what you got going on. You need to go help that partner get higher, right? You need to go support that partner. And I don't care, this is not a man or a woman thing. Fellas, if you got a woman who's shot to a fucking $1 million a year and your ass barely making 100K, you need to go help her, right? Fuck all that bullshit. Ladies, same thing. I don't give a fuck what your dreams are. If you want to make this thing work as a partnership and your partner shoots to the sky, fuck what your dreams are right now. You got to go help. You signed up for a partnership, right? You got to go help what's going to be better for the team, right? What's going to be better for the team. And what's better for the team, especially in the black and brown community, is building wealth. We are way behind, way fucking behind. And if any of you all are willing to leave money on the table because you got a fucking dream, you deserve to be where you are. Divorced, broke, whatever it is, you deserve it. Because if you want to have kids, you want to leave a legacy and all of that good stuff, you can't leave a dream behind to your kids. Especially if your dream's, 50, 100K, it's a job. You can't leave a job behind to your kids. What the fuck is that, right? You can't leave a job. But what I'm doing and what some of you all are doing, or maybe even your partners are doing, they're building this whole like empire, right? Something that can be left behind. You can leave assets behind. You can leave stocks. You can leave real estate. You can leave the money that you're saving from taxes to go buy more assets. Hint, hint. You can leave these things behind to your children, to your grandkids. Your great, great, great grandkids can take advantage of the power moves you made. But you can't leave behind a dream. So, we here in Puerto Rico, I got my team with me. I was able to create way more jobs because I made way more money, and I'm able to hold on to more money. So we chilling, we enjoying Puerto Rico. I have a team now of 10 people, including my sales team. I got a team of 10 people who I'm able to pay everybody makes 6 figures. Everybody's doing great. I'm saving more money in taxes. I'm helping more people level up. And all it took was a sacrifice of me coming down to Puerto Rico and getting a divorce. So for those of y'all who are sad, you maybe feel some kind of way, oh, Tay, I hate that happened to you. It was part of a sacrifice that worked out. Because now there are 10 more people who have jobs who can feed their families on a great level because they make multiple 6 figures a year. There are people now who are able to take advantage of STB and make more money for themselves as well and build empires. So it was a sacrifice that helped a bunch of people. So I'll take it. Other than that, continue to do your thing. I'm going to drop that link below once again for the affirmations. I really think everyone should listen to it. Not just people in relationships, not just people looking to get in relationships, but everyone, because it doesn't just talk about the relationship of money or the relationship with money and how to evolve together, but it also just talks about how you should go about your life and utilize these affirmations to get to the next level. So I love you all. Keep working hard. Keep taking care of yourself. And if you do get the results that you've been looking for, reward yourself. This is a reward. It makes you keep working hard. And before I get out of here, why I have to say this. Why am I going through this? When I say reward yourself, the reason why I do that is because it actually helps you get to the next level. I heard Steve Harvey say this, and it does work. So I'm gonna leave you with this. Steve Harvey, he says, next time you fly, spend a little money. It's gonna be irresponsible, but spend just a little more money on a first class seat and get to experience how first class feels. You get different treatment. You get to board the plane first. You get drinks and food. Your seat's wider. You got an outlet for your charger. Everything just feels different. And when you get off that plane, something in your head starts to turn to say, how the fuck can I get back in there? I don't want to go any lower than first class ever again. That's what rewarding yourself does. So for example, just using this watch, I don't ever want to buy anything that's a watch that doesn't appreciate ever again. So your little bitty watches that, you buy it and then it goes down. You buy a $10,000 watch and it goes to zero. I never want to do that again because I've experienced the $50,000 watch that goes up in value. So do something nice for yourself as you get the results, okay? If you broke and you ain't doing shit right now, don't reward yourself yet. It's too soon. But as you get those results, reward yourself, see how it feels, and that will fuel your grind to want to get back to that same reward. Let's get it.